You may now subscribe.
Welcome to Trending Interactive Studios, guys. I'm your host, Ben. This is going to be the spoiler edition of Captain America 3 Civil War. Underneath, I'm going to put the spoiler-free version. If you accidentally click this one, you don't want to know spoilers right now, go down below and you can watch the video that I did earlier that is completely spoiler-free and full of information. It's a good watch. Check it out, guys. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. See what I'm pointing at down here? Subscribe, guys. When you're watching this video, I need you to subscribe. That's huge. Thank you, guys. Subscribe, and I always need a thumbs up on every video. So here we are. We're going to get right into the content here, guys. So this movie, like I said, was amazing. It was really fun to watch. I had a great time at the theater. I'm still contemplating on going back tonight. You know, if you watched my last video, you know I got a free pass. So I might go back tonight. I haven't decided yet. If I don't, I'll probably either go Saturday night or Monday night. So we'll see. Anyhow, in this movie, they flush out the whole story with actually Bucky Barnes. And the story turns out that basically he was brainwashed, and while he was brainwashed was when he was doing all those bad things, you know, in the past for actually Hydra. Well, this time around, he is, you learn all that, but then you find out that then you see him get brainwashed, again, because he's already been better. In Winter Soldier, you saw that he was fine again. Well, they brainwash him a second time, and he does a lot of terrible things. You find out that he's the one that actually killed Tony Stark's dad. How crazy is that? Yes, he killed Tony Stark's, he killed Tony Stark's parents. And that's kind of like the comics a little bit. And in the comics, he doesn't kill them, but how he kills them is derived from the comics. What I mean by that is, in the comics, Tony Stark's parents were killed in a car wreck because the brakes failed. Well, you find out that Bucky actually killed his parents by sideswiping and cutting off the brakes, which caused the car to wreck. Then he made sure to go back and make sure that they were dead, which they weren't, so he had to kill them both. And Iron Man finds this out at the very end of the movie, which leads to some of the best fight scenes. But I have to talk about, probably right away here, the most popular part of the movie. 17 minutes at the airport. The best action in any movie I've ever seen between all the heroes. They all kind of tangled at one point. It was really cool. You got to see Spider-Man and Captain America have a really cool, fairly short fight, but really cool and funny. My favorite part of the airport scene, though, because I got to give away everything, my favorite part of that scene was when Spider-Man and Winter Soldier were fighting. And earlier in the movie, Winter Soldier had punched Captain America through a wall and dropped him down a elevator shaft. Well, he goes to punch Spider-Man, and Spider-Man catches his arm, his hand, his fist. And he's like, "You got a metal arm? That's awesome!" Which is just hilarious because it shows you how they're staying with the comics, how strong Spider-Man is. So you saw Bucky punch Captain America through a wall, down a shaft, and he throws that same punch at Spider-Man, and Spider-Man catches him and cracks a joke. It was a great moment. Probably my favorite humorous part of the movie, but there were a lot. Spider-Man actually talked a heck of a lot, and there were some things thrown at him for talking a lot. Like I said, the movie itself was actually pretty funny, but it was timed. It was a constant joke. It was well-timed humor from the right people. It was just great humor at the right points. So Captain America is battling, his own demons here, in the sense that you find out that he, this entire time, has known that Bucky Barnes killed Tony's mom and dad, and he has to face Tony and admit that, which creates a lot of tension. Now, just so you know, this is at the point in the movie where they've all made up. They're all friends again. And then that happens, and that leads to, another really good fight scene between Iron Man, Winter Soldier, and Captain America. So going on at this same moment is Black Panther up top. He's outside of this building on top of a mountain, and the guy that had caused all the problems is trying to actually kill himself. And Black Panther wants to kill this guy. Well, he had been. He wanted to kill this guy. This is the guy responsible for his dad dying at the start of the movie. And Zemo, at this point, puts a gun to his head, or to his, I guess his chin, and he's getting ready to kill himself. And Panther stops it, and he vocally says that he's learned that he gets nothing from vengeance. It's something that you had to see him progress through the entire movie, where you could tell he was absorbing information. Right before his dad died, his dad told him that he was proud of him for starting to get over his, ego, and being, they made Black Panther to the point where he was kind of cocky, he was arrogant, he was vengeful. So they really played that part up, and so you got to see him come full circle and show that he had learned the lessons that his father was wanting him to learn. So that was really cool, and that sets up so much for the upcoming movie in 2017, Black Panther. So I'm very excited to see that movie now. Like I said in the last video, I was very stoked for that movie. I'm really happy that they fleshed him out, and he was in quite a bit of the movie. He was almost a main character. He was really in it for a lot of the movie, so I really enjoyed that part of it. Spider-Man. Like I said, that the thing at the airport was really cool, but it wasn't the first time you saw him. That was the second time you saw him. You saw him earlier when Tony showed up at his house, and he had already been talking to Aunt May, played by Marissa Tomei, who looked amazing. Aunt May was hot. Never seen it. I never thought of Aunt May as hot, but in this movie, she was definitely gorgeous. And when Peter comes in, he sees Tony and her talking, and they're almost flirting. And it's pretty funny because Peter knows who Tony is. This is one of his heroes, and he acts starstruck. So then they go back to his room, have a nice conversation, and he's recruited. So then you shortly after that see him join the fight scene that had. By the way the trailer works, that's not actually how it happens. They're actually already at the very start, before there's any fighting, before they charge. In the trailer, they're all charging at each other. You have Iron Man's team come from this direction. You have Captain America's team come from this direction. And then it stops. And then you hear Iron Man go, "Underoos!" And then and the shield goes up in the air. Well, actually, that happens right away at the very start of the airport scene. Immediately. Spider-Man does that, blah, blah, blah. That leads to, he's holding the shield. And actually, when he says, "Hey, everyone," that's not the first thing he says. He says a few other things before that. So, once the fights decided to start, Hawkeye shoots an arrow, which breaks the webbing. They decide to fight. That's when the brawl starts. And that fight lasts 17 minutes, guys. And it is probably the best 17 minutes of film I have ever seen, because these guys went at it tooth and nail. Some crazy things happened. Now, I did say in the last video, 2 of my predictions from the airport scene came true. What were those 2 things? Well, I'm going to tell you right now. The first thing was when Rhodey was shot down, you see him hit the ground and the mask comes up from Tony, and you think that he was shot by Bucky Barnes. I said that looked more like a beam. I bet he got shot by Vision. Bingo, bingo, bingo. I was on the money. That's exactly what happened. So, after that, the other part that I was right on, I assumed that Black Widow would pretend like she was on Iron Man's side, but really be on Captain America's side. And lo and behold, that is exactly what happened. She turned on Iron Man and his group, and she helped Falcon and Captain America escape while everybody else left. The other airport spoiler that I can give you guys is Ant-Man went into Goliath form. He became Giant Man. That was really cool. We actually got to see it. And he was being funny the entire time. This is definitely the part where Paul Rudd shined the most. And it was a fairly long, amount of time. So it was really cool. And the whole time he's cracking jokes. And Spider-Man and Iron Man and Rhodey are trying to get him down. And this entire time, Spider-Man is cracking all kinds of jokes. And, he's just being hilarious. So that was really good. That was a really good part of the movie. So then they all got sent to the jail. And by all, I mean the people that didn't escape. And they knew that. That was part of the plan. Like, let's let Falcon and Captain America go. We'll take the fall so they can go finish the job. And what was that job, by the way? It turns out there was multiple Winter Soldiers. And so they had to go stop those guys. Well, shortly after this is when Iron Man realizes that Captain America was right, and that the government was being hoodwinked by Zemo. And I said hoodwinked. Yes, I said it. I went there, that crazy ass word hoodwinked. I'll say it again. Hoodwinked. That's the word of the day. So anyhow, guys, just having a good time here. So that's when he goes and to the jail, and he sees those guys, and he talks to them, and he convinces Falcon to tell him where Captain America is going. And he proves to Falcon that he actually believes Captain America now. He's on his side. He actually wants to help. So he gets told where he's going. So then he goes to leave, and the Secretary of State says, "So, did you get any information?" And he's like, "Nope, they wouldn't tell me anything." So then he gets in his helicopter and flies away. And he waits about 5 minutes. When he's far enough away, he drops off, and he flies out until the helicopter is flying on its own, and he's making his way to Bucky and Rogers. So when he gets there, that's when Zemo intentionally gets them fighting by showing him the recorded video of Bucky killing his parents in 1991. So that was a crazy moment, and that's what set everything in motion for that fight scene at the end of the movie that led to Captain America taking a pretty good ass whooping from Iron Man. And Iron Man literally ripped off Winter Soldier's arm. Crazy spot in the movie. They eventually get the upper hand on Tony, and he drives the shield into the chest of Iron Man. That pretty much ends the fight. Iron Man is not dead at this point, and he doesn't die. In fact, I'll just spoil it now. No one big dies. No one big, and no main character dies. No supporting character really dies. So that part, the only big thing that happens is Rhodey, when he got shot down, is paralyzed. So currently at the moment, he's relearning how to walk and all that stuff. So that's the main thing that's going on there with that. But so the movie ends with Captain America telling Iron Man through a letter that he still has his back. He'll always have his back if he ever needs him. He's just a call away. And he says that the Avengers are Iron Man's team, more so than his team. So that was a big kind of changing of the guard almost. But Captain America will still be played by Steve. You can still tell that Chris Evans is going to play him. They did nothing to change that. Tony will still be played by Robert Downey Jr. for a little while longer because they did nothing to change that either. Bucky, here's the thing. So now we got to get to the end credit scenes. So first is the one that's about 3 or 4 minutes into the credits. And what happens here is you see Captain America next to Bucky, and Captain America, Steve, is asking Bucky if that's what he really wants to do. And Bucky says yes. He said they've gotten control of my mind multiple times now. I think until we can guarantee that can't happen again, it's safe. It's safest if you guys put me down. So they freeze him again. They refreeze the Winter Soldier until they can figure out a way to fix him permanently, so he can't keep being brainwashed. So that's what happens with that credit scene. Then that scene ends, and then they go right in. Well, then you got to wait and watch the rest of the credits, all of them. And at the very end of that, it comes to Spider-Man, who's sitting in his bed. And you see a little red on the ceiling, but you can't tell what it is. Marissa Tomei walks in, Aunt May, and she talks to him, and she finds out he got in a fight. And he's talking about the fight like it happened at school. And he said, he refers to Captain America as Steve, and he refers to the Winter Soldier as Bucky, and Iron Man as Tony, and so and so she's like, kind of getting a laugh because he's a really small boy, and she's like, yeah, this small kid got in a fight. Yeah, you're real tough. It's just kind of like a laughing thing. So then she leaves, and then you go and see that on his ceiling is a computer made obviously by Tony Stark that is just like a 3D image, but it's a computer. So, which leads to why, as we already know, Tony Stark is playing is going to be in Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. is going to be playing in Spider-Man Homecoming, coming out in 2017. So 2017, guys, we have Spider-Man, Black Panther, and Thor. Talk about a hell of a year for Marvel movies next year. I'm excited for every one of them, and hopefully I can do a review for all those movies. Now, guys, as always, I need you to like, comment, share, and subscribe down below. Please subscribe. Give my video a thumbs up. Check it out. Let me know what you guys don't like that I'm doing. Let me know what you like. Comment down below. I can only get better with you guys' help. Don't be trolls. Just give me some positive feedback. Anything you guys have to say, I'll definitely listen to. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I look forward to bringing you guys more. If there's any movies you guys want to see, down below is the link where you can submit the movie you want me to see. If there's any YouTube videos you want me to check out, just down below, click on that, submit links, and I will review. I'll come and do a review. I'll come and watch them, and you guys continue to react to them live. So let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you again next time from Trending Interactive Studios. This is Ben. Have a good one, and take it easy, guys.
You may now subscribe.